create together, explore forever, no expectation. Create whichever, explore wherever, imagination. Create together, explore forever, no expectation. No expectation. Create whichever, explore wherever. Invitate to use your imagination. Feel the glow, let it guide your stride.
The Grand Temple towers above all over the other structures of Zhentil Keep, even several blocks away you can see its central spire soaring above the rooftops before arriving. There's a kind of open area, and at the center is the main temple itself. A harsh-looking structure made of black stone. Going along with the crowd, I cautiously direct myself to the main entrance where the beheaded gifts and strange flesh-like statuettes have been stacked upon each other lay. Out of town, eh? Comes a voice to your left. What do you think of the Black Order? Something to behold, no? I turn to see a shortish man with skin the color of red desert sand smiling at me. Here, he says, and hands me a sort of black shawl. Put that over your head. You won't stand out as much. And stick with me. I kind of eye the friendly stranger oddly. But I mean, why not? I mean, I think I might try an insight. Right? I mean, what's worse can happen, right? Oh, if I go with this, yeah, let's try an insight. I think that's the best course of action. So insight roll. Let's see what this guy up to. Huh? What are you saying, boy? That is 17. Not bad at all. Alrighty. So let's go back and see what happens when you're successful. Go to 1A5. Your new acquaintance appears to be sincere. There is nothing in his body language or his tone to indicate otherwise, but something tells you this is not some chance encounter. Yeah, I'll go with him then. Following the stranger's advice, you place the shawl over your head. That's it, he says. The name's Rinmore. You tell Rinmore your name in return. I'm Eldrick, Rinmore. Rinmore informs you he is originally from a nomadic race of people that roamed the Anarok Desert until our people were scattered to the four winds by the Nethril Wars, he says. I came here because of an urgent mission brought me here to Zhentil Keep. But look at these worshippers. Slippery folk, these Ents. Why else would they worship Bane, the god of deception, an entire city devoted to a god like that? Boggles the mind. You and Rinmore make your way slowly inside the main temple. The press of people are tight. Inside the temple is dark. No windows show through the interior. Only the door you just passed through admits any light. Low chanting comes from somewhere, and there are 100 different conversations going on all around you. At the main altar, which is lined with dozens of candles, you see a female priest offering a large smoking chalice to an image of what appears to be a demon. You point out that the horns to Rinmore, asking him what that idol represents. That's Bane, the trickster. Rinmore explains. He's not a demon. Look closer. That's the kind of mask he's wearing, with horns on the top. Bane once used a mask, just like that, to trick a female Tanari demon into bearing his seed and giving him a child. That child was Vim. They say that Bane created Vim in case he ever died, that he would have another body that he could transfer to. That is why they called him the Trickster. He fought even the denizens of the Abyss, and this plane, Archeron, touches the 9 hells also. There is a demonic connection. This is Bane's demonic manifestation. There is a low, ominous chanting that reverberates through the temple, strangely soothing but with an underlying sinister note. It unnerves you. Rinmore points out some more aspects of the temple. There is a place where you can light candles and place them on the altar before Bane to make an offering. Each candle costs 5 gold pieces, and Rinmore tells you that where the money goes to Baneite monks. Worship at your peril, friend. You never know what sort of boon the Lord of Darkness will bestow on you. Rinmore also points out a door to the far side of the temple that he says leads to the cloister of the Baneite monks. You can have a bit of careful pry around over there, but Rinmore quietly warns you not to go anywhere near that place. If you go there, people that go in there don't come out. You can also see clerics milling around wearing black gauntlets. You can pretend to be naive enough. You could perhaps approach one of them and try to get some information out of them. If I wish to make an offering to Bane, investigate the door that leads to the Baneite cloister, approach the cleric and try to engage. Or if I wish to leave the temple, I'm going to leave the temple. This place sucks. I don't like it at all. 209. You and Rinmore both make your way out into the street, leaving the black altar behind. It's nice to breathe fresh air after the stifling incense heavy interior of the temple. You thank Rinmore for showing you around. Thank you, sir. And the black altar, smiling from ear to ear, he grasps your hand warmly and gives it a good shake. My pleasure, friend. And then he's gone, as if he simply melted back into the crowd. You look down at your hand, and there in the center of your palm is a small scrap of parchment. Carefully peeling it from your palm, you turn it over and read the minuscule writing imprinted on its surface. Be prepared to be contacted, stranger. You're being watched. Right now, even. Not all who appear wolves are actually wolves. I glance around, suddenly paranoid. What the fuck can this be? I put the parchment in my pocket. Okay. Walking the streets of Zhentil Keep, you notice the hour is getting late and it's approaching the time when you should return to your inn. Evening is closing and business owners are shutting up shop. Also, your stomach is beginning to utter growls of protest. You make your way back to your inn. The street's now quiet. It seems everyone is at home with their families, and gold light beckons from windows as you navigate through the narrow streets of this fortress city. The innkeeper greets you, and you pay another night of accommodation. There's another 2 GP from the Stoic Marina. There is a delicious bowl of stew in my room with thick slices of dark rye bread. You wolf it down, already feeling invigorated from this hearty meal. Restore 3 HP. That is good to know because you've got a lot. I fall asleep quickly. Sometime later, how long you do not know, you wake up to a sound. Tap, 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 tap. Half asleep, I think you're part of a dream, and then I ignore it. And I hear it again. Tap, 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 tap. My eyes fly open. Sit bolt upright. Rolling off that bed and grabbing my weapon. With maul in my hands, I look around. Tap, 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 tap. It's from the window. I peer over the edge of my bed, look towards the window, weapon in hand. But I closed the curtains, so I put the weapon back down. And then I hear a voice. Outlander, come to the window. Instinct tells me the tone is friendly. And I move cautiously over. I yank the curtains open and see an elf on the rooftops clad in Zhentil livery. However, something about his bearing, his expression tells you this warrior is not Zhentil drone. There is much dignity in his hinges in his face. I do not know Teodric, but we've been told that he is coming. So... What do you want? He whispered urgently. The knight checks behind him and to the sides, perhaps to check if he was followed. Open the window, Outlander. We need to talk. I opened the window. We know of your deeds in Weathercoat Wood. But do not ask how we know. We just do. Okay. And now a new quest awaits you. Glory and riches, my friend. These words seal the deal. And I slide the window right up and the elven warrior steps through. Thank you. My name is Teodric. I belong to an ancient order, the Knights of Mithranor. We have been watching you, Outlander, ever since you arrived in Zhentil Keep. We have eyes throughout the city, not as many as the Black Network, but enough for us to achieve our aims. You consider this for a moment. What aims? There's a pause, and Teodric responds. Arm yourself. We need to take a walk. I pick up my weapon, put my armor on, and follow Teodric to the door. Teodric leads you deep into a labyrinth, tangled streets and endless twisting alleyways. Suddenly he stops dead in his tracks, putting a fist in the air. Freeze. He waits, holding a dagger at his side. I draw my weapon slowly. Quiet now, he whispers. Waits for a long moment, listening, watching, making absolutely sure you have not been followed. Finally, after what seems like an age, the elven knight moves forwards towards a door at the end of an alley, motioning for you to follow. You arrive at the door, an unassuming wooden entrance on the side of a building. Teodric pushes it open, ushers you inside, then steps through himself, quickly shutting it behind. You're in total darkness, and just as you begin to fear for your life and suspect that you're the victim of some hideous, deadly trap, a flame bursts to life and candles lit, 1, 2, 3, shedding light around the room and illuminating faces. Seated around a table are 6 old men in hooded robes, but by their bearing and their scars they wear, you know these are warriors, veterans. Welcome, traveller, one of them says. Come, be seated. The 6 old men and the elven warrior who brought you here all sit down around the table, faces lit by the shimmering light of candles. Welcome, traveller. No doubt you're wondering why you're here. First, let me introduce myself. I am Juan Falconhand, and I am the leader of this little band. We are the Knights of Mithranor. Another of the old men pipes up. Well, not the Knights of Myth. One cuts the man off. Shut up, Addy. He shakes his head, turning back to you. No, of course, we're not the entirety of the Knights of Mithranor. What we are is a small cell placed here in Zhentil Keep, so that we might be useful in our old age. We sheathed our shores long ago, but we watch and we keep an eye on Manshoon for his evil doings, and they are many, trust me. That's the guts of it, my friend, another chimes in. Basically, we've been watching you, and we need one a bit like yourself. As you can see, we're well past our prime. But not only that, no knight of Mithranor, not even a young one, could complete the task we require of you. There is a danger that a native of the Moonsea would be recognised by the Zhentarim. Juan cuts back in. Yeah, this is right. Perhaps you've seen the discrimination that is currently being shown towards orcs and heard the stories perchance of an orc horde marching on the citadel of the Raven. It's all nonsense, another old-timer exclaims. A complete falsehood. Utter codswallop. The rumour goes, Juan continues, that Kolantor Helkelm, the captain of the guard of the citadel, was assassinated by orc spies who somehow infiltrated the citadel. Well, we know that's a load of crap, because the citadel is practically impenetrable by a force of any size. Besides that, what motive would the Thar orcs to have to invade the citadel? It poses no strategic advantage for them. Their own lands are well defended, and they have no designs over the Moonsea. No, it's the bruise, all of it. Black Network are experts at this sort of scaremongering. The real truth, Juan continues, is that Manchun had Golontar Helcom assassinated by his Zhentarim spies. Golontar Helcom was elected by all the Moonsea City to serve as commander of the citadel, protecting the Moonsea from invaders. But it is known that he is defiant towards Manchun. For this reason, Manchun wanted him dead. Now he's dead. And soon the Zhentarim will have full control of the citadel. Once they do, Manchun will dominate these lands. It is rumoured that there is a network of tunnels that originates in the Dragonspine Mountains that leads right under the citadel's center. The founder of this city had the tunnels constructed to serve as an escape from the citadel in times of siege. We've only suspected these tunnels existed, but now we know they must exist. And now the Zhentarim have found them. Or perhaps they know the tunnels were there all along. This is the only way into the citadel other than through its gates. The only way the Zhentarim could have gotten in there to assassinate Hawkhelm. Unless they teleported in, an old knight suggests raising a finger. One cuts him off. No, there is a teleport cage around the citadel. The citadel is ancient, full of mysteries. No one can teleport in. Once inside, yes, magic can be used, but no one can teleport past those walls. Oh, right, of course. Juan looks to you expectantly with a glimmer of hope in his clear blue eyes. We need you to find the entrance to these tunnels. Wherever it lies within the dragon spines, we need you to follow these tunnels inside the citadel, and once there, to kill the Zhentarim spies that have infiltrated the citadel. They may be holding the men there hostage, or they may be hiding in plain sight. You will be rewarded, Ellis chimes in. King Azul will see to that. We have already discussed the matter with him, like all of us. He desires to thwart Manchun's plans. Here is a token of his goodwill. And one of the elders places a pouch into your hand. 800 gold, and another 800 once the job is done. My eyes just pang. Yes, please. Juan continues. If you cannot find the entrance to the tunnels, continue to the citadel. There is a small chance you can get in over or under the walls, concealed in a cart, perhaps. I don't know how you look like gonna do it, but you can do it. You're cutting saw. Once you're inside, you must find a knight called Sir Stevils Gernand, a purple dragon knight, and tell him exactly what we've told you. But if you can, try your utmost to find the tunnel entrance. We must destroy the entrance so that no more Zhentarim can infiltrate the citadel. One sighs as if exhausted by telling the story. So what do you say, traveller? You willing to take up our quest? How the fuck can I say no, boy? Yeah, I believe I can do that for you. Yes, the gold is good. I'm just wondering though, what brought you here and all of that? Well, excellent. I can tell you what this means. I can't tell you what this means, friend. You'll be rewarded, but beyond that, you will have saved Moonsea from tyranny, and of course, you will have friends in the Knights of the Mithranor forever. Juan places his hand on his shoulder. Go on now. Get some rest. You'll need it for the quest ahead. At dawn tomorrow, leave the city. A mile from the gates. Theodric, and he indicates was the knight who led you here. He will meet you with a horse and guide you to the foot of the dragon spines, about 30 miles ride. After that, you are on your own. One of the knights, an ancient character, looks more like a mage, approaches with a blue bottle. To heal your wounds, he says in a quiet voice.
I fear you will need it, young warrior.
I thank him with a big bow.
Thank you, Elder.
After receiving their blessings, you emerge in the alleyway and walk quickly, finding your way back out into the front street. Your head is spinning at what you have been thrust into the middle of, but you can't help feeling this quest is vitally important. You return to your lodgings, mind abuzz, with anticipation at the prospect of this quest. As you navigate your way back to the inn, you may have picked up one or more side quests during your time in Zhentil Keep. Note down the entry below 207. This is a side quest? Oh. You may have picked up one or more side quests during your time in Zhentil Keep. Note down the entry below 207. Going now to... Okay, 207. You return to that entry multiple times if you have more than one side quest, then the progress goes to 207. To be fair, I just want to get out of this place. But I'm going to go and check the side quests, I think, because I've got the elf, and I've got the little gnome guy. So either of those could be extra loot. I mean, I've got 800 quid. I should go and pay the guy, I suppose. But then again, let's go check side quests. One, help Wendell. Gonna help Wendell, I think. Remembering your promise to the halfling merchant Wendell Wheatfields, you take a short rest. Ooh, yes, that's very good. Let's roll. Alright, cool. That puts me one below. So I'm on 11 hit points instead of 12. Cool. Following Wendell's directions, you navigate your way to his place of business. Despite the late hour, still a few zents out and about. Drunk staggering home from the tavern. A trio of bars playing merry songs for the first time. Nighttime wanderers are singing along with the bards. And the smell of hot stew and fresh bread rolls at the side of the street. It's all going on. You finally reach Wendell's essential victuals and see a light coming from inside. Knocking at the door, you only have to wait a few moments before Wendell Wheatfields presents himself before you, looking a lot more composed this time. "Hi, you game," he says cheerfully. "I was such a wonder if you had imagined the whole thing." Wendell shows you inside and provides you with a bite to eat and a glass of wine before addressing the issue of his cellar. "Shall we go have a look?" he asks. I nod, and Wendell leads you down to a narrow flight of stairs to his basement where the cellar is situated. It's cool and dark in the merchant's basement, and he kindles a lantern which he sheds golden rays down the narrow stone passage. Soon you emerge in the cellar, and Wendell leads you to a bare patch of wall and reaches behind a piece of stonework, activating some hidden mechanism. A low door, more of a slab of white stone, slides to the left, revealing a passageway beyond. My friend found it purely by accident, he tells you. He was helping me move some crates and he knocked this part of the wall with the edge of a crate and it just slid open. It took us a while to figure out what he'd done, but there you go. You put your head through the hole and peer down into the darkness. A roughly hewn stairway carved out of the earth itself leads down into the darkness. Looking closer, you see a multitude of footprints. Ooh. I get to make a survival check. I have an automatic success on this. So if I want to use it, I'm gonna roll. Oh, I'm gonna roll with digital dice though, because Okay, so let's rock survival, shall we? Let's see what we get. Survival is a -1, but I can always use my automatic. What's that? 0. Yeah, I failed. I'm going to use my automatic one. That is it now. Okay, so that's an automatic success. So go. If you're successful, 298. You've definitely seen such tracks before near the layers of goblin tribes. These are goblin prints. Okay, that's interesting. Go and kill some goblins. All right, let's see. You nod to Wendell. See you soon then. I'll have a dram of your finest whiskey when I get back, alright? Carefully you descend the stairs, primed for any sudden movement, but it is utterly quiet down. Only the musty smell of damp earth greets you as they descend the crudely hewn stairs. When you reach the bottom, you see a passage leading off into the darkness. As you proceed, it bends left, widening around the corner. It's eerily quiet. Only the occasional drop of water echoing through these depths punctuates the stillness. Ahead you see an entranceway to the west that leads into a cavern. Past this entrance, the wide north passage slowly turns northeast, and you see the near end of a narrow bridge that runs over a chasm. We can check out the cavern to the left, or we can continue towards the bridge. Let's check out the cavern. This cavern is quite large, about 40 foot or so lengthways. On the far side, you can make something out that... Is it a chest? Yes, on the other side, there is a large chest. Sturdy wood with brass bands reinforcing it. This is so going to be a mimic. I'm going to check the room for anything unseen. Make an investigation check. Okay. Investigation. I hope I make it. I don't think that is it, because that's a bloody 6. Okay. So that's a fail. So if you're unsuccessful, you explore the room, but checking out various areas. But as you walk into the center of the floor, you feel it giving way beneath you. Make a dexterity saving throw. DC 13. Okay. Dex save. Oi, 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 oi. Oh, that is brutal. For real? Do I have anything as a paladin that's going to give me wonderful things for this? I don't believe so at level 1. Oh. Okay. So what happens now? Please don't tell me I die now. If you are unsuccessful, you try to throw yourself sideways, but you're not fast enough and your feet tread air. With a heavy thud, you land at the bottom of a pitfall trap and take 1d6 full damage. Okay, I take a total of 4, so on 8. No, I'm on 7. Slowly you pick yourself up and look around. The top of the trap consists of a hinged metal plate designed to fall inwards, bolted into stone. They are smooth and provide no purchase. The only other items there in this pit with you are a couple of discarded pieces of half-rusted armor and the pieces of a broken crate. Considering your situation, it becomes clear why the pieces of armor are here. The largest being a pauldron that looks like it belonged to a troll or some other large creature. Some poor individual fell victim to the same fate, and the only way they could think to get out was to run and jump using a piece of their armor as a vaulting point. It looks like this is your only option also, unless you have something you could use to gain height in a jump. A quarterstaff would be handy, or some sort of flying feet, for example, if you are okay. Alright. Okay, so it's a higher DC because I am short. It must be an athletics check of 17 or higher to get out. Each failed attempt, probably taking about 30 seconds of real time. Okay, you need to remember how many attempts this takes. So let's see. You need to get 17 athletics. Let's try athletics. +3, so 1, fail. 2, fails. Scrabbling like a lunatic. Trying to launch off of this troll armor. Just running into it at this point, I think. Bang! Oi! Oh, that was a 19 rolled over to a 9. Wow. Still a fail. It's over 4 attempts then. I think we need to keep him going. It's ridiculous. Let's see. How many attempts? One more. Come on, you little stubby. Come on, Aldrich. Aldrich, go, go, go. Hey, 17. So 6 attempts. Alright. So, if it takes 4 more attempts. Okay. You're aware that the noise you are making might attract some creature. Not surprising, you soon hear noises from down the hall beyond the door. I try and... Do I face them? Or do I try and hide against the wall of the pit nearest the door? I'm at disadvantage. I'm gonna just face them down. I mean, let's see what happens. Brazen, you stand in the center of the pit, awaiting whatever creature might present itself at the door. You don't have to wait long. Through the door runs a large bugbear, and you brace yourself for attack. But the thing takes one look at you, mutters something to itself, then turns and runs from the room, turning left as it enters the passageway. Do I want to give it chase? Make another letter chase if you do. If you're a halfling, go for 9. If you successfully make it chase. I was successful, but I suppose I should give chase. If I may. Quickly, you get yourself out of the pit, running after the bugbear, aware that he might be on his way to alert someone. You catch up with him as he crosses the bridge that spans what looks like a deep chasm. I do not. I've got javelin. If so, you may make one on the bugbear. If it isn't attacked me. I just choose not to, so I'm going to go no ranged attack. As quickly as you can make your way across the bridge, but it's extremely narrow and not easily traversed, it certainly can't be run across. By the time you get to the other side, the bugbear has disappeared out of sight down the passage. Once past the chasm, you continue walking for some time, at least half an hour by your reckoning. Finally, you reach a junction where a passage branches off to your north. So we can continue going east, or we can go north. I'm going to continue going east for now. But I suppose the north is... let's go north. No, I don't know now. Continue east. You move further down the corridor heading east, and for the first time hear noise other than the sound of your own footfalls. Echoing down the long passageway comes the sound of hammering metal on rock, multiplied many times over. It sounds like a mining crew or someone busy extending a tunnel. Then another passage branching off to the north. The noise doesn't seem to be coming from down there, though. It seems to be coming from ahead. Okay. So it's the north. You turn down this second northern passage and follow it as it bends around to the left. Then as its end, you see iron bars which appear to be beds. You see female humanoids, goblins, sitting on the beds and tending to their young. I mean, I think we're going to return back. I mean, it seems a bit harsh to... I could approach the bars. Should I approach the bars or return to the junction and go continue east? I'll speak to them, because maybe they know. You walk up to the bars and look through into the room full of female and infant goblins. The females regard you with utter shock, although you know that they do not appear to be afraid, or even malicious towards your presence, which you find a little odd. But then you wonder why the bars are there. Are they being kept prisoner? I can address them or go back. I'm going to address them. Why are you being kept here? You ask, knowing that most goblins and orcs have at least a scant knowledge of common. I need to make a persuasion check. Hopefully this is a success because I should be pretty good at this. Persuasion is a +5. It's an 18. That is a success. Hoorah! Success goes to 276. One female goblin comes to the bars and addresses.
Keep your voice down.
She hisses, looking furtively around.
We are slaves, kept here by our bugbear masters to mind these tunnels. At least our men are.
She glanced sadly down at the little goblin boy in her arms.
And one day my son will be too.
You find out from this goblin, whose name is Morach, that a large bugbear tyrant named Grax is in charge of this operation, as he enslaved the goblins to expand tunnels towards the Dragonspine Mountains.
We think he's in league with some powerful humans,
Morag tells you, but supplies have been running low. He has been raiding the cellars of the merchants across the city above to keep his workers, their husbands, fed. They tunnel night and day, and Grax works into the bone. You learn that the newest tunnel is situated to the east of the junction that you just came from, and it branches off to the north. The male goblins are to be found there, tunneling north towards the Dragonspines, a job that will take them months, years perhaps. Somewhere further on the eastern passage is Grax's abode. Having solved the mystery of who has been stealing Wendell's supplies, your thoughts now turn towards helping these miserable creatures. Armed with this knowledge, you return to the junction and continue east. Interesting. You stalk quietly along the narrow corridor heading east. The sounds of metal and stone hammering and picking getting louder and louder as you progress. Eventually you come to yet another north branching passage. The noise appears to be coming from down there. Your ears do not deceive you. Take a deep breath. Head down this passage towards where the noise is. As you approach quietly, you soon see light coming from the end of the tunnel. You can see goblins busy chipping away at sheer rock face. They are all chained together by their feet and watched over by a large bugbear with a battle axe over his shoulder. He moves along their ranks, barking orders in Goblin. I can attempt to make a surprise attack on the bugbear. I can walk up and introduce myself to the bugbear and inquire what's going on. Cast a spell and attempt to free the gobbos. Bugbear's pretty brutal. I'm going to try and talk to him. You walk up to the bugbear and tap him on the back. He turns around, utterly bewildered to see a dwarf standing before him. Excuse me, good fellow. I'm down here investigating, but there's he's no mood for polite chit-chat. Roaring with rage at your impertinence, he raises his battle axe and brings it down towards you.
Introducing the Cleanable, because dirt is temporary, but the trauma of what lurks beneath your sofa is forever. Are you tired of filth? Sick of mystery stains? Does your local dungeon reek of goblin funk, eldritch mildew, or the vague scent of regret? Well, worry no more. The Cleanable is here to blast away grime, filth, and existential despair. Simply throw, shout the command word, and watch as a sparkling wave of cleansing magic obliterates dirt, tidies messes, and even polishes your loot for resale quality. Everything dirty gets sucked into the mystical demiplane of filth and grime. Which is totally safe, we promise. Probably. Pricing and special offers, we have the low price of just 50 gold. You can bring cleanliness into your life today. If you buy 3, you get a free anti-dirt sigil decal, and if you buy 5, get the exclusive Janitor's Blessing spell scroll. Where can you buy the cleanable? At Gnome Depot, Bard Mart, or ask your local wizard. Banish filth, not your sanity. So, welcome back. This is now initiative rolled. We have Chopper up first, but Grax does get his smash on me as I tapped him on the shoulder and started talking, and he just turns and tries to hit me with his axe. That's +5 to hit. That is a 13. You miss, mofo. Although he can use a superiority die and add a +d8 to that roll. So that's a 1. Unlucky, bud. Unlucky. All right. He then whistles to Chopper. Chopper, get him. Let's see who Chopper goes for. It's roll a d3 to see which one of these guys he attacks. That's 2. That is going to be Slug. All right. So Chopper comes running in, runs 35 feet to get here. Will chomp in towards Slug. He also has a +5. That is a miss, I believe. That's an 8. Yeah, it misses. He is then going to run off his further 15 feet. So it's going to go to here. Hit and run. The goblin is going to attempt to swipe in the process. So go on, Slug. Let's see what you got for us. So Slug's roll is a 14 plus 4, which is 18, and I believe that gets him. Yes, Chopper. Okay, so Chopper is done for 6 points of damage. All right, cool. By the way, you won't see the bars going down because I'm using different creatures that represent the stat blocks, but I've got it written down on a separate sheet. So 8, 6, great. Now, up next, we have Slug. So Slug, as pulls out his battle axe, sees that Alric is attacking his slave master, looks towards Slug and just goes,
Yeah, it's time to get him, mate.
and just... Now, we can't actually get flanking on this guy because he's a shifty mofo, but that's okay. So we can't get advantage, but swing with his axe. He got a +5. Oh, that's a 10. Failed. Miserably, bud. Miserably. Oh well, not the worst. Now it is Grax's turn. Grax is gonna focus on me because he knows I'm the bigger threat, and will try and smash me with his axe once more. That is a 19 plus 5, definitely hits. That's 24 points of damage. Oh wait, that would be actually his. He has riposte, so when the goblin misses, he can attack the goblin back. So that's the attack to the goblin back. Okay. So that is going to be a total of D10. That's 13 points of damage to the little gobbo. I think he's down. Let's make a double check of that though beforehand. Let's see.
Yes. He is downed. You are cut in half, Sonny Jim. Cut in half. Unlucky. Oh. Oops, I didn't need to do that at all. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter now. He's dead. So, yeah. Let's just... Boom. Right, so... Okay, now... Now it's his actual turn, and he turns it to me. That is a miss. That means it'd be a 7. He can still, even if he uses his superiority die, it would not count. Okay, so he's going to stay where he is, and then it is Aldrich's turn. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Aldrich, 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 Aldrich. Okay. I'm going to stand there. I haven't got my shield out because I've just been attacked. So I'm just going to pull out my maul straight up because no messing. Let's try and take this bugbear out, this slave taskmaster. And I will smash with my two-handed maul. Let's see if we can make a hit. Okay. Let's check. Let's go for a maul attack. Come on. Yes, 13 misses. I think it misses. I think his armor class is higher than that. Let's double check just to make sure. It is a 17. Yeah. Shit. Okay. Well, just got to stay there and hold the line. It's then going to be Slug's turn. As a free action, I'm just going to chuck all my rations over towards the dog and have it distracted for X amount of rounds, which is written in the rules you can do as a free action. So he will be distracted for 4 rounds, eating all of the scraps that I've thrown on the ground. Now Slug, seeing that, just runs, "Slug, my friend," and starts just straight over to here to smash into his hated owner. Let's see. Fuck, damn it. That's an 8. Useless goblins. All right, okay. Then it's going to be Chopper. Chopper's eating. Grax looks over to Chopper and goes, "Oh, you useless mutt. Stop eating scraps and start helping me." And goes, "You little dwarf, come to the wrong place, you have. Yeah, I'm going to eat you. I can feed you to Chopper. I am. Like I am that goblin and his mate." So he's going to come in and swing again with a +5 to hit. There's a 20 to hit. So yes, that hits. Okay, so that's another D10 damage. Where's the D10 gone? It's hiding from me. That will do. There we go. That is 4 + 3, 7 points of damage. Frustrating. Okay, so I'm on 11 points of damage. No, I was on 20. I was on 12. I'm now on 5 points. 5 hit points. 5 hit points left. Ulrich, you need to pull this out the bag, Sonny Jim, because currently you are screwed. All right. My turn. Okay. I've got rid of them all again. It has to hit. Come on, give me a natural 20. Where is this? Come on.
I haven't had a natural 20 on a combat roll yet. Well, then again, I haven't had a 1 either, I don't think. Oi! 22. That definitely hits, at least. Wicked. That's 2d6 plus 3 damage. That's 13 points of damage on the maul. I'm then going to throw a smite into that for 2d8. So 13 plus 5. So 18 points of damage. Let's check exactly how many hit points the big guy has. Okay, he's looking hurt, but he's still got a substantial amount of hit points left. I am going to drop them all and pull out my shield and mace and stand there in defensive mode, which raises my AC to 20. All right. Okay. So then Slug, come on, buddy. You can do it. Let's see if you can swing and hit him. That's a 10. Absolute pony. You're useless, buddy. Useless. All right. Chopper, second round, is munching down on his stuff and just ignoring the battle right now. Seems like he hasn't eaten for a few days. Grax then swings in at me. That is a miss for an 11. He can, even if he uses his superiority die for a d8, he would not be able to hit me with my shield out. Thank God. My turn. Auric's gonna come in and now use his mace with the shield out. So that would be a 23 to hit. That hits. 2d6 plus 3 damage. That's 12 points of damage. I'm going to throw Smite in there. It has to be fairly high. Yeah, 20 points of damage. He is smited. I throw my shield as he comes down to smash me with his axe. Then, in that moment, I just backhand my mace into his jaw. And you see head just snap back as the radiant light just emanates from my mace and sends him into smithereens. I look down to the broken form of the bugbear as the last breath escapes from his mouth and just say, "You've been smited." And the little goblin slug is there going, "Oh, please help my friend, please, as he's standing next to Slug. At this point, Chopper is just wolfing down food, and I just chuck whatever rations I have left and look over here where there seems to be a bunch more foodstuffs and just dump it down in front of him so he can stack up on food and start stroking him. And he's just like, at first, and starts to growl a bit, but then let's see with my animal handling with advantage due to the fact that I have given him a load of food to see if we can end combat. Let's just do that. I mean, I know I'm doing a few more actions than necessary, but he was eating for 2 rounds, you know what I mean? So that was where my thinking went with that. So let's roll animal handling and we can see how well this works out. It's -1, so thank God for advantage and all the food I've given him. Advantage, please be good. Oh, it's not so bad. 14. It's alright. Yeah, he's He's occupied, at least. Even if not friendly, he's occupied. Occupied. Cool. I then walk over to Slug and give him my healing potion, which heals him 8 hit points. Almost back to full health. The little goblin returns, looking up with awe when he notices the silence and the freedom he now has. Let's now check the book and see where it takes us next. Okay, so if you are victorious, go to page 254. If they are still alive, Slug and Slug take their leave now. They are still alive. I just revived one of them. They have a long journey back to their home, and they take some food from the stolen foodstuffs. I won't mention this to Wendell, though. And they keep their weapons they looted from the bugbear earlier. The rest they leave to you, and after thanking me again for freeing them from their bondage, they leave me alone in the room. I take stock of the carnage, the dead bugbear, and the warg still eating his food, and do a quick search, which feels 189 gold. That means I'm at 989. Yeah. A battle axe and a warhammer. Yes. Wendell Wheelfield's stolen goods and something else more curious. Okay. I'm just gonna make sure that's fine. So, most worthy friend Grax, I was most pleased to hear of your success tunneling north towards the Dragonspine Mountains. It sounds like your recruitment drive is going well. It is my hope that we can link your network of tunnels with my own, which are beneath the Dragonspines themselves. You and your allies will prove most valuable to me if you are able to do so. A great war is coming, my friend, and one should think carefully about which side one positions oneself on. Think on that, dear Grax. Sincerely, M. Most interesting. I memorize the contents of the note and then destroy it, aware that if I get caught with something like that on my person, results could be disastrous. Disastrous. It takes you about an hour to journey back to the staircase that leads up to Wendell Wheatfield's cellar, but he is not there initially. On hearing my arrival, he hurries downstairs with a whiskey bottle and 2 glasses.
Oh, hello! You've been successful then?
I have.
Well, here's a toast then, to your bravery.
Wendell's voice has changed, but hey. He equips me with provisions lasting 10 days. If I previously agreed, Wendell pays that he did, 75. Wicked. He pays me 75 gold as well. And after spending time in his pleasant company, he returns your inn, feeling satisfied you were able to help such a worthy soul. The streets are dark and the hour is late, and you make your way back to your accommodation. The innkeeper greets you warmly, and you head upstairs to your room, undressing and laying down in your bed. You are asleep in moments after your head hits the pillow. Excellent. Okay, so let's just add all of that stuff to my character sheet before we go any further. Okay, so let's character sheet. Where are you? Here you are. Okay, so equipment, inventory. Let's add battle axe, equipment, and then a hammer. Was it Warhammer, right? Warhammer. Yep. Add. And equipment. Then I need to add my gold. Okay, so that's all of the gold added. And then I think that's it. Okay, so now we go back to our inn, where we are blissfully sleeping. Sometime later, how long you're not sure, you wake up to a sound. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap, tap. I'm like, I wake up and I think I'm dreaming, and then I realize, oh no, it's that goddamn elf again. Yes, Theodric, I'm coming. Just give me a minute. As I go to the closer to the window, I hear, Outlander, come to the window. Yes, Theodric, I'm coming. And as I open the door, I see Theodric the Elven Knights. Let's go here. You slide the window open for the Elven Knights of Mithranor. Just wanted to see that you'd made it to your lodging safely. I'll meet you 1 mile west of the city on the road back towards Teshwave, all right? See, I am aware of our plan. I'll meet you there, Theodric. Thank you. I mean, why do you have to wake me up for that? I already knew I was doing that. And I go back to bed. Not back to sleep, but just to prepare myself for the journey. As I'm resting after an adventure-filled day, I have awake at dawn and go downstairs where the innkeep serves steaming hot bowl of porridge with brown sugar. There's a large mug of coffee just there to bolster your spirits and give you something to fill your belly as you're heading out. Walking through the early morning city of Zhentil Keep, I keep an eye out for the Zhentarim spies, but reaching the city gates without incident and nod to the Zhentilar guards as I leave the grey walls of Zhentil Keep and start west, back towards Teshwave. Been walking for about an hour or so, ascending a long slope leading up towards the foothills of the rocky Dragonspine Mountains. As I'm walking along the roads, thinking back to all of the strange occurrences that have happened over the few days that I've been here, and think of all the people that have been under stress or needed help in some way, and all the people that have attacked me, to be honest, and the weird dreams I've had of dying several times. And it's then I hear, morning, shall we ride? I look up towards the elf and say, yeah, morning. Yes, good to see you, Theodric. Could you mind helping me up on this horse? I'm a bit stubby. I'm not really built for horse riding, but if you don't mind helping me, I've never really ridden one before. Theodric laughs and helps me up onto this chestnut mare with ease. We head off in the morning sun as we pass a small stream, and by early evening, we've reached a junction marked by a large obelisk, where a trail leads northwest into the heart of the Dragonspines. A road branches off southwest towards Teshwave. Theodric dismounts and indicates that you do also. Go on foot from here, the knight says, nodding down the northwest trail. That will lead you into the Dragonspines. The journey to the Citadel of the Raven will take several days, and much of it will be hard going, but you'll look well travelled, so you'll be fine. Theodric equips you with extra provisions, 3 days worth, so I now have 13, and ring bearing the crest of the Knights of Mithranor. Cool. I have no idea how you find these secret tunnels that Juan spoke of, nor how to enter the Citadel should you fail to find the tunnels. But should you manage to reach Sir Steeble Skirjand, show him this ring. He will know that your mission is true. Thank you, Theodric. And I see him
riding off into the distance to the southwest as I move northwest to set up my camp, wondering what the Dragonspine Mountains will hold. I made it to the end of part 1. The evil plots of Manshoon and his black network will continue in part 2, where we move it a bit further on from here. So I will be playing Citadel of the Raven. This was meant to be for a level 3 player, level 3 character. I played 90% of it through level 1. In fact, the whole thing, just the side missions at level 2, where I leveled up. I will continue at level 2 for Citadel of the Raven until I hit my next milestone. And that can either be a second side quest or a full quest. So it's every 2 side quests I level up, and every main full quest. So I've currently done 1 full quest, leveled up, did the side quest, got to here. I am looking forward to seeing what happens next. Alric the Third is alive, peoples. He's alive. So we'll be back to play Citadel of the Raven, which will be next week. See you soon, pretty people.
Create together, explore forever. No expectation. Whichever, explore wherever, imagination. Create together, explore forever. No expectation. No expectation. Create whichever, explore wherever. Invitate to use your imagination. Invitation.